Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. Today we toast the newlyweds, but Dad suddenly says, wait. Toast to another, she worked hardest. XiaoMi felt super happy. She knew Dad was praising her, but then he said, our master has arrived. Last week, he landed a full-time gig with a fresh training seat from Dequar. So today is his best day ever. XiaoMi genuinely feels happy for her brother, though she secretly craves Dad's approval, which he still withholds. She asked for nothing more than for her little girl to have a peaceful life. Maybe that's what a father's love is all about. Just one day until the group match, XiaoMi wraps herself in cling film and plastic bags. Talk about futuristic prep. Finally, suited up, she got in the car, maxed the heat, and still trained hard in the sun till the last moment. Thankfully, hard work pays off. She hit the needed weight just like that. With fatigue, XiaoMi mounted a horse, determined to win, passing opponents. As she zoomed ahead, ready to burst through the finish line, her dad at home could hardly hold it together. His hands were shaking. After a moment's pause, the horse wobbled back up, but XiaoMi fell and couldn't even blink. She was rushed to the hospital. Family rushed in from everywhere, silently praying for her safety, but the doctor delivered the bad news. There was significant bleeding in her brain, and that there was cerebrospinal fluid damage, meaning no surgery could be done. Dad lost it and huddled in the corner until he calmed down. He placed his wife's necklace on XiaoMi's hand, praying for her blessing, and maybe his prayers worked. 2 days later, miraculously, XiaoMi actually woke up. Her brother did her hair while another read her favorite horse racing news, but she still couldn't act. Tests showed her language system was impaired. Not only could she not speak, she couldn't even recognize the 3 fingers the nurse held up. Just when everyone thought she wouldn't recover, Dad suddenly asked, who won the 1983 Melbourne Cup? Kiwi jockey Jimmy Pomper Cassidy, 1930, colours were black and white. You gotta pose the appropriate questions to truly spark interest. Who knew there are people who can forget names but still remember their first dreams? Dad patted her lovingly, and XiaoMi cried tears of relief. Her dad had remembered her dreams. A few days later, they headed home together. As they reached the door, a banner reading, "Welcome back, Stinky Girl," greeted them. Despite being teased as a kid, this bunch was still her favorite. As she recovered, XiaoMi started training. The doctor advised against intense exercise, but she asked, when can I ride again? The doctor almost burst out laughing, but that offhand comment just sentenced her dream to death. That day, XiaoMi rested in the yard healing. Her dad came early to wake her up, and seeing his longtime partner in crime, XiaoMi's eyes brimmed with tears. She just couldn't shake her love for horse racing. She struggled to mount the horse, and when she straightened, a long-lost smile appeared just as Dad saw while cooking. She knew that the resilient lady jockey had returned. Fully recovered, XiaoMi was eager to return to the racetrack, of course met with a classic. Dad stepped up early, surprisingly backing his daughter's dream, breaking his stubborn streak. Whether the family supported her or not, it filled XiaoMi's world with love. Over the next decade. She raced in 3,200. She won 361 championships, fell 7 times, broke 16 ribs, and was in ICU 3 times. But none of that could stop her dream chasing. One morning, XiaoMi was driving her brother to work. In the car, her brother with Down syndrome had a moment. Maybe it was fate, because a tall, handsome old horse caught XiaoMi's eye before. She whispered to the horse, sensing a connection with XiaoMi. The trainer said this trained horse Prince had more injuries than you. But unfortunately, she is retired. Otherwise, you could ride her. XiaoMi proudly replied, who says I'm just on injury leave for a month. She turned to gaze at Prince, and knew instantly this was her destined horse. With permission, she rode Prince wildly along the beach. They were born partners. The waves crashed against the shore, cheering for the duo, and back home, XiaoMi immediately requested to be Prince's jockey. But the trainer promptly turned her down, saying, Michelle, you were a new scalp, and now you're back. Seriously, did your legs even survive? But I can win. And just like that, she became Prince's jockey, dancing in pure joy. Under Steve's caring treatment, Prince became more muscular than ever, and they set out to conquer the racetrack. After facing numerous challenges and defeating top male jockeys, XiaoMi once again reached the Melbourne Cup semi-finals, and on game day, Dad was watching her as usual. As the bell rang, 9 horses burst out of the gate, and for the first half, XiaoMi led at the back of the pack, until the sprint, when suddenly, the rider next to her fell off. It opened up the path for XiaoMi, and she surged ahead, snagging first place in the semi-finals. But right away, she faced a complaint from that fallen rider, claiming XiaoMi forced her off the track. Replay showed no hard proof, but Racing Association sided with male jockey. XiaoMi got banned for 20 races, keeping her horse in. The shareholders were ecstatic. They didn't care who was riding the horse as long as it was a lady jockey. So, XiaoMi sought help from the racetrack owner, but he was also powerless. Was she going to let her dream slip away again? But then, her dad suddenly collapsed from a heart issue, knowing his time may be short. Once everyone left him be, he finally revealed to XiaoMi, "I've always hoped you'd lead a stable, happy life, just like your sister married, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up with more exciting stories."